Hey, before you fall asleep, let me tell you about one of the strangest mysteries in the animal kingdom. There are only a few animals that we know of that can live for many years after they stop having babies. Humans and orcas are two of them. And that raises a very interesting question. Why? Why would evolution allow an animal to live for decades after reproduction has ended? At first, it might seem strange, because in nature, many animals spend much of their lives reproducing, raising young, and passing their genes into the next generation.
So, what happens when reproduction stops? Why would life continue for so many more years? Tonight, we're going to explore this quiet mystery of human beings and orcas. And the answer may have something to do with family, memory,
And the wisdom of older generations. Let's begin with the ocean. Imagine a pod of orcas moving quietly through cold blue water. The ocean is enormous, dark, deep, and constantly changing. Food may be far away. The weather can change. The seasons can shift. And every day, the pod has to find its way through a world that is always moving. In the middle of this group, there may be an older female. She may no longer have young of her own, but she can still be one of the most important members of the entire family. She has lived through many seasons. She has traveled through the same waters for decades. She may remember where food can be found when conditions become difficult. And she may remember things that happened long before the younger whales were born. This is where one of the most fascinating ideas in biology begins: the grandmother effect. The idea is simple. Sometimes an older female may help her children and grandchildren survive even after she is no longer having babies herself. In other words, her value to the family does not disappear when reproduction ends. It may simply change. Think about that for a moment. A young animal may be strong,
fast, and full of energy. But an older animal may have something that cannot be gained in a single season. Experience. A lifetime of experience. For orcas, this can be especially important. Some populations of orcas live in environments where food availability can change throughout the year. During difficult times, older females may help guide the group toward food. They may know where to look, when to travel, and perhaps when to wait.
With their knowledge,
can become a kind of living memory. And this is one reason scientists have suggested that menopause may have evolved as part of a larger family strategy. Instead of continuing to have more and more young, an older female may increase her chances of helping the young that already exist, her children and her grandchildren. This may be especially useful in animals that live in close family groups, where generations stay together, and where experience can benefit the entire family. Humans, of course, are also deeply connected to family groups. For thousands of years, human communities have depended on cooperation. Older generations have carried knowledge about plants, animals, weather, seasons, where to find food, how to make tools, how to care for children, and how to survive in difficult conditions. A child can learn many things by watching the people around them, and some knowledge takes decades to build. So perhaps there is something very powerful about having older members of a family who can continue to help even when they are no longer raising young children of their own. But there is an important detail. Menopause is not exactly the same in every human being, and scientists are still studying the many reasons why it evolves. The truth is, there probably isn't one single explanation. Evolution is rarely that simple. It may be a combination of family support, long lifespans, social cooperation, and the benefits of experience. Now, let's return to the ocean. An orcapod is not just a random collection of animals. It is a family. And in some populations, young whales can stay close to their mothers for many years. Sometimes for their entire lives. This creates a very unusual situation. An older female can continue to influence and support her family for decades. She may not be the largest whale or the fastest, but she may know the ocean better than anyone else. She may remember where the fish were during a difficult year. She may recognize patterns that younger whales have never seen before. And when the family travels, her knowledge can become a powerful advantage. In a way, she becomes a guide, a memory that can swim. And perhaps this is one of the most beautiful ideas in all of nature. Sometimes survival is not only about being the strongest or the fastest. Sometimes survival depends on remembering where to go, remembering what to avoid, remembering what happened the last time the world changed. And perhaps, in certain animals, an entire lifetime of experience can become valuable to everyone. So, why are humans and orcas among the few animals known to experience menopause? The short answer is that scientists are still investigating. But one possibility is that in highly social animals living in close families, there can be a great advantage to surviving and helping long after reproduction ends. The older generation may contribute in a different way. Not by producing more young, but by helping the young that are already there. And maybe that's something we can quietly appreciate before we fall asleep. Nature often teaches us that every stage of life can have its own purpose. Youth may bring energy. Adulthood may bring strength. And age may bring something that takes a lifetime to collect. Memory, experience, and wisdom. Somewhere beneath the quiet surface of the ocean, an old orca may be swimming with her family. She may have traveled through waters for longer than some of the younger whales have been alive. She may remember places that no map can show, and sounds that no human has ever heard. She may not be the newest member of the family, but she may be one of the reasons the family knows where to go. And perhaps that is the quiet secret of menopause. Life does not always stop being valuable when one role ends. Sometimes the role simply changes. And sometimes the knowledge of one lifetime can help guide the next one. So, as you drift off to sleep, remember that somewhere in the vast ocean, a family of orcas may be traveling through the darkness, following paths their ancestors may have known for generations. And among them, there may be an older female quietly guiding the way, carrying a lifetime of memories, a lifetime of experience, and perhaps a little piece of the history of the ocean itself. Good night, and sleep well. I'll see you in the next Sleepy Science.